You are not a clown. Stop entertaining people. People pleasers have a tendency to want to keep the people around them entertained. They're usually the ones to fill awkward silences with random chatter or to laugh the hardest at jokes that aren't even funny. And why do they do this? It's to try to make everyone around them feel seen and validated, right? But on a deeper level, people pleasers also do this because they feel like it's their role to serve people, and that includes entertainment. They have a strong fear of disapproval and rejection, so going into performance mode can make them feel safe. To them, it almost feels like they're keeping the peace by putting on a show. People pleasers are often empaths, so it can feel deeply uncomfortable when the people around them are unhappy or bored. It almost feels like it's their responsibility to fix that. When they sense any type of tension in the room, they allow the clown antics to begin, just so they can manage the mood of the people around them. They almost feel like by not doing this, everyone's bad mood will be taken out on them. But this can be quite dangerous for the people pleaser because toxic people will gladly sit back and watch the people pleaser make a fool of themselves. Narcissists, manipulators, and energy vampires are masters at mood manipulation. They're quick to give the people pleaser the cold shoulder because they know this will trigger the people pleaser's anxiety, making them perform even harder to win them back. They'll use tactics such as eye rolling, sighing, or even giving cold and short responses as a way to show displeasure. This will give the people pleaser the impression that they've done something wrong, so now the people pleaser is going to do everything in their power to lighten the mood. The toxic person may even give metaphorical pats on the back to the people pleaser by only laughing or showing warmth when the people pleaser performs for them. This creates a gambling effect where the people pleaser keeps trying for the next hit of approval. To make matters worse, the toxic person may even love bomb the people pleaser after the entertainment by showering them with attention after they have been amused. This reinforces the belief that performance equals affection. And don't even get me started with the shaming tactics. If you're playing the clown role, the toxic person will mock or guilt trip you if you stop performing for them. As their personal performer, any other emotion you experience will be shamed or gaslit. If it's not about making them laugh or stroking their ego, then it's not worth their attention. I know it can be tough to break the cycle of people-pleasing habits, but the long-term consequences of not doing so can literally ruin your life. The constant emotional labor of putting on a show will drain your mental energy and make it so much harder for you to feel genuine joy. As humans, we experience a range of emotions. So if you're always in performance mode, you lose your sense of your real personality. Your self-worth takes a nosedive because you start believing that you're only valuable when you're pleasing other people. You become very susceptible to one-sided friendships where you attract people who take more than give because you've trained them to expect free entertainment. You become this exploitation magnet where toxic people actively seek you out as an easy source of ego boosts. Your self-respect also takes a nosedive, and people subconsciously value you less because they sense that you'll do anything to be liked. And being a clown doesn't only affect your relationships, it affects the decisions that you make in your life as well. You'll find that you struggle to make choices without considering how to keep everyone around you happy. This can lead to you having missed opportunities since your fear of upsetting people will stop you from pursuing better goals, jobs, or relationships. Performance mode will ultimately lead to resentment buildup, and eventually that suppression will boil over into either explosive anger or total withdrawal from people. As a former clown myself, I will tell you that the role is very exhausting. Once people sense that you're the kind of person to give them a show when they're in a bad mood, they will weaponize your need for their validation for the rest of your friendship or relationship, and it will leave you feeling stupid, drained, and resentful. Now, I refuse to laugh at jokes that aren't funny, even if it makes me seem mean or cold. And I gladly embrace an awkward silence in the room because quietness doesn't make me feel threatened anymore. If someone I'm hanging around is in a bad mood, I simply let them self-regulate. We're all adults here, so I am not responsible for other people's emotions. And I refuse to perform for anyone, especially someone who feeds off of me making a fool of myself. Alright guys, that is all for today's video. If you guys want to keep up with more of my content, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Reina Safo. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!